Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyong lahat mga kababayan at mga kaibigan? Well, today we're diving deep into a topic that has been on many players' minds. The generosity of Kuro games and how it impacts the Wuthering Waves community. Are they truly showering us with gifts, or is there a darker side to this generosity? From the moment the game launched, Kuro has gone above and beyond, providing players with a wealth of resources and even offering free 5-star characters from day one. Who could forget the stunning addition of Camellya? And now, with the Lunar New Year approaching, the speculation is buzzing about the potential release of another shiny 5-star male Resonator. Exciting, right? But let's not overlook the new 4-star characters as well, making their appearance in the Coral Shop, like Yuhu and possibly Lumi. Kuro is certainly determined to keep the excitement alive. However, while we can throw around all the superlatives in the dictionary regarding their generosity, this tradition might come with some unintended or maybe intended consequences. So stick around as I unpack this. Kuro's generosity is hard to deny. The influx of resources and characters certainly makes the game very engaging, and it gives players plenty to look forward to. But as much as I appreciate these gifts, I can't help but wonder about the challenges they introduce. One major issue we need to address is resource management. For many players, myself included, the challenge began as soon as we've exhausted all of those launch day freebies. Initially, the gifts felt fantastic. Who doesn't love a little extra boost when starting a new game, right? But once those resources are gone, the reality sets in. The drops from in-game challenges can feel sparse, making it very impossible, nearly impossible, to max out your units quickly enough to form a cohesive team. Now, this problem escalates dramatically whenever a new 5-star Resonator is introduced. Each new character requires vast amounts of materials to reach their full potential, which means a new grinding session is always on the horizon. And what happens is that Resonators that aren't fully built yet get sidelined, creating a bottleneck where you simply can't max out all the characters you want to use. In addition, you cannot refund materials that you've used up on other Resonators that you no longer need. Most of these Resonators are launch day Resonators that you started building when you only had 5 or 6 Resonators in your account. But as the game progresses and more characters get introduced, some of these Resonators that you started building at launch day gets pushed back a little bit. They get power crept, and materials that you've already spent on them cannot be used on other Resonators that you probably need now. Chances are you may need these older Resonators in the future, but certainly you cannot use the materials you've already spent on them on Resonators that you need now who just got launched. Let's break down the timeline a bit. In version 1.0, we had Jian followed by Yinlin. Then version 1.1 introduced Jinshi and Changli. And in 1.2 we got Sheshi and the free Shangliao. Now, with the current version, we've only had one new 5-star release. But don't forget the new 4-star unit that came along with it. In just 5 months, we've seen 7 new Golden Resonators hit the game. For free-to-play and low-spending players, that's an overwhelming amount of content to farm and allocate resources to. It's already a monumental task to max out just one character, which can take weeks at a minimum. So imagine the struggle when you have to juggle 7 new characters while also managing the 3 standard 5 stars and multiple 4 stars like Baishi, Mortefi, Yuanwu, and Sanwa, not to mention the Rover. That's a lot to handle in such a short time frame. As a result, many players feel pressured to make in-game purchases just to keep up with the resource demands. And this is where it gets tricky. Kuro is a business after all. They need revenue to sustain and improve the game, which is completely understandable. But the reality is that not everyone has the financial means to engage in pay-to-win tactics. It's easy for some players to say, meta doesn't matter, just level the characters you like, and shout out to Foxhole for that perspective. And check out his video about his perspective on this. The link is gonna be on the description. I do agree with Foxhole that maybe meta is not all that important. Maybe you just need to focus on characters that you really like. However, I feel there's more to it than just that, because it feels like we got trapped as soon as we got all of these free 5-star units and resonators. Don't get me wrong, I love the fact that Kuro is really getting generous, but there's a lingering, a wuthering feeling that somehow we got trapped into this cycle of having to build a character right away and needing all the necessary resources at the shortest amount of time. And you will probably respond, then don't build the character right away. But I am a content creator, and I need to create content in order to create hype about Shangliao, for example, so that I can influence you to build your Shangliao quickly as well. And while that didn't happen because I don't have all the resources needed for Shangliao, other creators were able to do it and were able to influence players to build their Shangliao right away. So hopefully you're getting my point here. We've all fallen into this vicious cycle, this vicious trap. And while Kuro did introduce a new event that allows us to collect more materials, it feels like it's not enough, mainly because in order to get some of the materials, you also need to spend materials that you already have. For example, in order to get 10 echo tubes, you need to tune your echo 20 times, which means you need to spend more tubes in order to get a small amount of tubes. It's becoming increasingly difficult to just keep up. By the time I've maxed out a character that I really enjoy, there's another more powerful Resonator already waiting to be claimed. This creates this vicious cycle that can feel exhausting already. And this cycle leads to a significant fear of missing out, or what we call FOMO, particularly for players who can't max their current Resonators. The constant introduction of new characters, which are almost always outpacing the older ones in terms of power, exacerbates this feeling. Players become anxious about not having the latest and greatest, which can lead to frustration and dissatisfaction. Let's face it, nobody wants to feel left behind, especially in a game that is so focused on character progression and team composition. The psychological toll of FOMO can impact not just gameplay enjoyment, but also overall mental well-being. So what's the solution here? Fixing the reward to challenge ratio in the game is absolutely crucial. Players thrive on challenges, but if the rewards don't match the difficulty, it can lead to dissatisfaction. Kuro needs to recalibrate the balance to keep the gameplay loop engaging and enjoyable for everyone. For starters, increasing the drops from daily challenges or boosting the number of wayplates available could make a significant difference. Imagine if daily challenges offered better rewards that reflected the effort put in. Additionally, implementing crafting options for leveling materials, echoes, and weapons would be a game changer. This would give players more power over their resource management. I fully support the idea of a challenging game, but the current low drop rates for materials in daily challenges and domains make it hard for low spenders and free-to-play players to catch up. If Kuro is truly committed to being generous, these improvements could go a long way in relieving some of these frustrations. Now, it's not just my voice that matters here. Community feedback is essential. Many players have expressed similar concerns about the pacing of content and the resource management issues that come with it. Kuro has an active community, and engaging with players can provide invaluable insights into how they can enhance the overall experience. Kuro has made strides in incorporating player feedback in the past, so I remain hopeful that they'll listen to our concerns moving forward. After all, a happy player base is a loyal player base, right? So, in summary, while Kuro's generosity has certainly made Wuthering Waves exciting and engaging, and don't get me wrong, I am very, very thankful for their generosity, it also creates challenges that need addressing. Balancing resource availability with the introduction of new content is crucial to ensure that all players can enjoy the game without feeling overwhelmed. So what do you think? Have you felt the strain of resource management, or do you believe Kuro is handling it well? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, so let's get a discussion going. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Kuro's generosity and its potential implications, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Hit the notification bell as well so you won't miss out on all future videos. Your support encourages me to continue what I am doing for the community. Also, a huge shout out to our channel members, Foxsoul and Noisy Boy. Thank you so much, guys, for being a member of the channel. And a quick shout out as well for Silent Killer 940, because you just requested it for some reason. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out. Bye-bye.